Hi, everybody. We're going to need like 2-3 minutes to kind of get things set up, so talk amongst yourselves, but not too long and not too loud, and we'll get started momentarily. Here momentarily, if you want to start wrapping up your conversations and making your way towards a seat, please.
Make sure your name sheet matches our... Does mine work? There's a spare right here. This is Marcus. There you go, Marcus.
Well, for those of you that were in the room on Thursday morning when we kicked this thing off, I'm going to reiterate what I said at that time. I am so excited to be standing in front of all of you in an actual space, seeing all of your faces for the first time in 3 years. So very excited to do this. And I also want to let you know before we get going too far into things, we are live streaming this on Facebook right now. So don't wave, but I'm going to wave to everybody on Facebook. Hi, how's it going? That's going to be a message hopefully you're going to hear a lot today, is about this idea of engagement and really reaching all of you as members. We've been painfully aware how much we depend on this event every year to come together, re-energize ourselves, be passionate about the RMATA. So we're cognizant of that in the boardroom, and we want to continue to do things to sort of make this better. So thank you all for being here. I want to kick things off before we get too deep into it. Want to acknowledge the fact that the building that we're in right now sits on the traditional homelands of the Pueblo of Sandia, the original peoples of New Mexico. The Pueblo, the Navajo, and the Arapaho, since time immemorial, have deep connections to the land and have made significant contributions to the broader community statewide. We honor this land and those who remain stewards of this land throughout the generations and acknowledge our committed relationship to Indigenous peoples. We gratefully recognize our history. And with that being said, I want to officially call this annual meeting of the membership to order. Huge thank you to everyone here in New Mexico for making it a wonderful place to be, a wonderful place to come visit. The New Mexico crew is maybe small in numbers compared to some of our other states, but certainly not small in passion. So thank you for making us so welcome, and a huge shout out to the ACS committee. We're going to talk a little bit more about them later, but they work tirelessly to make this event happen, and so we definitely want to thank them. So if you wouldn't mind, join me in a round of applause for both the ACS committee and the state of New Mexico. So up in front of you, we are just like you. We are not anything special. We just happen to be sitting up here, serving, volunteering. But we are you and you are us. We're all the RMATA. So my name is Jim Turk. I'm humbled to serve as your president. Actually, at the end of this meeting, I'll officially be starting my first elected term. I'm kind of finishing up the last of Jeff Archuletta's term. Jeff had to leave our district, and so had to leave the position. But had no idea Jeff was going to be here today, but Jeff just kind of happened to show up. So Jeff, are you in the room here? Of course he's out in the hallway. There he is. So, Jeff, you're old president, and then I'm humbled to serve now as your new president. In the back, we've got our district director, David Gallegos. You heard from him earlier today. He doesn't want to join us up on the table because he doesn't like us that much, and that's fine. We don't like him that much either. But up here with me is the rest of my board, and this is a fantastic group. We're very collegial, wonderful, robust discussions, constantly great ideas, and staunch advocates for all of you in this room. So we've got Valerie Herzog, who's currently serving as our secretary, and she, like me, is also going to officially assume her first elected term at the end of this meeting, but she kind of took over for me when I took over for Jeff, so a little bit of musical chairs. We've got our relatively newly appointed treasurer, Tasha Anderson. We've got our state representatives from Arizona, David Messman. From Colorado, not Jim Keller. Is Shanae up here? There she is. And Shanae Mundy serving in his proxy. From New Mexico, Aaron Stem. From Utah, Marcus Homer. And relatively new to the group from Wyoming, Zach Olivares. You're going to hear from all of us in various times throughout the meeting today. We want to share some of the exciting things that are going on at the RMATA level, also at the state level. And then we're going to kind of celebrate some things today. And then we've got a little bit of business to conduct kind of towards the end. Throughout the middle, we've got some awesome vendors that are going to be giving away some really great items. So if you'll tolerate us for brief periods of time, we'll reward you with maybe giving you something. Fair enough? So before we get into some of that kind of stuff, I do want to acknowledge a couple of long-serving board members who, in the 3 years that since we've had the opportunity to all get together, they've shuffled their way off this board, and we want to take a second to just publicly thank them, publicly acknowledge the work, the hours, the service that they put in on behalf of all of us. So we recently transitioned from Jeff Hurst to Jeff Archuleta, but Jeff Hurst never got officially, formally thanked for the work that he did from 2016 to 2020 as your RMATA president. So Jeff, I'm hoping you're here in the room. Can you come up here, Mr. President? So Jeff's a big baseball guy, so we figured we'll give him a baseball bat. I just hope he doesn't use it on us.
Never. That's awesome.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Appreciate
Feel
it.
free to say anything if you'd like.
If I stand up here too long, I'll cry. It's just who I am. But thank you so much for the opportunity to have been in this chair and on this board and a part of this organization. It's an honor for them to do this. Thank you so much, and thank you for the opportunity that I had. I loved it. Thanks.
And then one of the unique positions on this board that's not an elected position, it's an appointed position, and there's a lot of reasons for that. We learned kind of the hard way how hard it really is to transition the treasurer role. So Adam Halpern served as our treasurer from 2016 until 2021 before capably turning it over to Tasha. But Adam, if you wouldn't mind coming up, we've got a little bit of something for you as well to thank you for your service.
Thank you. You're welcome. Board, miss ya, love ya. It's been fun. It was really great to kind of push the association into like a new way of thinking. So if you know me, I'm pushing the envelope. It's awesome to see the group continue that mental strive for excellence and to give all you guys a great future. So I loved it. It was a lot of fun. Continue to support your own association. They're always looking for volunteers. So I loved it. Guys, I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
All right, so now we'll get into a little bit of some of the informational items. First, we're going to hear from Valerie Herzog, our current RMATA secretary, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about kind of the health of the association from a membership perspective. So, Val, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Jim. So, thank you. Okay, sorry. So here are our membership numbers. I'm not going to read them to you because that would be really boring. But if you just look at our grand totals, you can kind of see, I thought the most interesting thing would be our pre and post-COVID comparison. So we were about 1917, and actually we probably had about 20 new members right before the conference, which is great. So it's probably a little bit higher than that. And compared to 2019, we're actually pretty darn close. And compared to some other districts, we're actually doing much better. So that's kudos to all of you for demonstrating your continued commitment to the RMATA. So just my pitch is to get involved with the RMATA, and you can scan that QR code if you want, or I'm going to send an e-blast. I know you just love getting those from me, but sorry. Official district spammer, Valerie Herzog. So I will send out an email with a volunteer interest form, and I know some of you did that when we initially sent it out a few months ago, and we have been pulling names from that already as we place people on committees. We took 2 for Alyssa's programming subcommittee. We've just put a couple more for elections. So we do pull from that list. If you don't hear from us right away, it just is that we don't have an opening right away, but we do keep going back to that list. So please complete the form if you're interested in getting involved. I know that we definitely do have another opening that we'll need on the programming subcommittee, honors and awards, public relations, and I'm sure there will be more. So if you're interested in getting involved, we'd love to, work with you. So, any questions?
Actually, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea how many of the athletic trainers in our region are members or who aren't members?
So the question was, do we know how many athletic trainers in our region are members versus not members? I don't know that answer, but I think David Gallegos might be able to give us a national percentage. I believe it's 50 to 60% of certified athletic trainers are members of the NATA. Is that?
There are 65,000 BOC certified
There's 65,000 certified athletic trainers by the BOC.
Yeah, there are 65,000 BOC ATCs out there and about 44,000 NATA members.
It's about 60%. Great. If you have any other questions, that's my email, or you can always reply to one of my spam blasts. So, thank you so much.
Thanks, Valerie. Next, I want to invite Tasha Anderson up to talk about sort of where we are financially. And this is one of the areas that we want to try to be better at in terms of transparency and sharing with you where we are financially. And unlike what you might have heard from things in other professional organizations all throughout the country, we have good news to share today and not bad news to share. So I'm going to let Tasha share that good news.
All right, so yes, I do have good news to share with you. When I go to our, I not only serve as the RMATA treasurer, but that makes me the NATA District 7 treasurer, so I sit on the DST committee with Valerie. She's on the secretary's subcommittee, and I'm on the treasurer's subcommittee. In a lot of the meetings that we have, I hear treasurers from other districts, and other districts are struggling financially. Thanks to a lot of forward thinkers many years ago, we are doing very well, and I'll kind of show you where our money is and how well we're doing. So this first slide here is our scholarship investment account. You can see the balance, and I just got a statement this morning, so this is a balance as of April 1st. So we have over $164,000 in there. These are the scholarships that we award yearly. Many of these will be awarded at the banquet tonight, and 3 of these scholarships listed, we draw and pay for from interest. So we have this scholarship investment account is only used for these scholarships. So we have endowed 3 scholarships in this account, and that's what we use to fund 3 of the ones on this list. Additionally, we have a general investment account. You can see that we have over $178,000 in that. Those funds are not specified for anything specific like the scholarship account is. And then you can also see that we currently have a very hefty checking account balance. A decent chunk of that is going to go to pay for what you're experiencing right now, but we're still going to have a very healthy checking account balance. At our board meeting on Wednesday, we are lucky enough that our bookkeeper and our financial advisor that manages our investment accounts, they're both local here to Albuquerque. Thanks to Adam for finding those for us. And they both came in and presented at our board meeting on Wednesday, and they also said, you are in a very good financial situation. And we discussed some things with them because we do have some ideas, and Jim's gonna mention some things later today that will have financial impact. So we want all of you to know how well we're doing and that we want to make the most of the money and that is coming from your membership dues and other things. So we wanted to present that up, give this district a round of applause for a variety of reasons because many NATA districts do not have these very positive numbers to report. So I will take any questions and then we can move on. Yes? Uh-huh. Yes.
Did you guys discuss changing the names? Did you discuss changing the names or getting the undergraduate off of there now that we're entry-level masters?
We
and
had
changing the
some
qualification?
discussions about that during the board meeting on Wednesday. Yes, we did.
Okay.
Michelle kind of brought some things to the discussion, and yes, we will be working on changing those names going forward based off of the phasing of the different professional program at the master's level and things to that nature. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Mitch?
Hello, Tasha.
Hi, Mitch.
How much does it cost to endow a scholarship so we can kind of conceptualize what?
That's a great question, and we actually asked Travis, our financial advisor, about that because, as you can see, we have a decent amount of money in our checking account. We have a decent amount of money in the other investment account that's not currently restricted. Travis said that based off of our scholarship values, mainly being $2,000, the one that's worth $2,500, that actually gets awarded through the NATA Foundation, and that's their set amount for those. So that will be awarded to somebody at NATA in Philly. Travis recommended that if we wanted to add to that specific investment account to be able to fund one more of these, he recommended $40,000. Okay, now I'm finished.
Thank you, Tasha. So now that you have a sense of our health from the standpoint of membership and from the standpoint of our financials, I want to kind of share with you how we're going to leverage our position. And that has been a lot of the conversation that we've had in the board, kind of since I've jumped into that chair. But even before that, we've constantly been talking about what is it that we can do to provide value to all of you as members. And we're very, very fortunate to be in a good, healthy position, both from a membership and a financial perspective. And we want to be good stewards of the resources that you have put in our charge. So that's a lot of what we want to kind of share with you as kind of where we think we're going right now. So I've got kind of three main talking points that I want to kind of hit on as a part of that. And the first of those is I want to thank you again for all of your patience over the last 3 years. It's been very, very challenging. I'll reiterate it again, we don't realize how essential it is to all be in the same place, in the same room, being energized and inspired by all of each other. So thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for supporting us. And now we want to try to figure out how do we tangibly thank you for that patience through some type of way that we can reinvest back in you, in your membership, and serve all of you. Which leads me to my kind of second point of our why. Back in 2018, fall of 2018, the board at the time, which I happened to be a part of as secretary, we got together at Weekapaw, the same resort that we ended up at in 2019 for our annual clinical symposium, and we did a bit of a board retreat. First of it was we wanted to kind of get on site and get a feel for what Weekapaw was going to be like, and that was very helpful, but we didn't enjoy too much of that resort. We really kind of got down to work a little bit, and we brought in a facilitator who helped us craft an idea of why. Why the RMATA? Who are we? Why are we here? What do we exist to do? And what we came out of that sort of retreat was an idea of why we exist. You know, we exist to, you know, if you look at our mission statement, we're advancing the profession, we're advocating for the profession, we're supporting states. That's what we do, but we never really dug into why we're doing that. And so we came to the idea of why we exist, and as a part of those conversations, it gets me to my third point of this event every year is a huge event. There's no question about that. But Valerie just told us that we've got about, ballpark it, 2,000 members, right? And historically, a large, well-attended, robust, fun, awesome ACS is about 700 to 800 attendees. This year, we're at 270, just shy of 270, right? So if you ballpark it, about a third or less of our membership comes to this one event that's awesome, inspiring, engaging, refuels all of us, recharges our batteries. But what about the other 2/3? What are we doing for them? How are they gaining value out of their membership? And I constantly think about the answer to that question in all of the decisions that we attempt to make in the boardroom. So our focus going forward and what we're going to do to leverage our health, both from a membership and from a financial perspective, is we want to inspire and engage all of the thirds, not just the 1/3 that comes to this event, okay? So we've got some ideas in the boardroom, and some of them have been hit on. Obviously one of the logical things to do is we've got the financial means to perhaps endow another scholarship, and that's awesome. I love students. That my real job, the job I get to go to every day, I get to see students every day, and I love students. And I think it's important to support them. But they're not all of our membership. They're not in that other third or other 2/3 that we're talking about. What about the professionals in the middle of their career? How can we support them, right? So we've got some ideas to maybe not just endow a scholarship, but maybe we can provide some access to resources to support other people, through grant programs, through support structures, through initiatives, through whatever. We've got a lot of ideas that we haven't fleshed out all the details on them yet, but please keep in mind we do have you in our minds as well, right? We have a lot of ideas of where we want to go, where we want to take this association, and we're fortunate to have the resources to do it, but we are no different than any of you, and we don't have all of the answers. We want answers from you as well. This QR code that's on the screen here, please take your camera out, scan it. It's a very, very simple 4-question Google form. It's totally anonymous. We don't want to know exactly who you are at all. It's literally 4 questions. What are we doing now that we could do better? What aren't we doing that we should be doing? Is there anything else that you want to tell us that's not covered in those previous 2 questions? And if you want us to reach out to you, how can we reach out to you? If you don't want us, we won't reach out. If you want to just give us feedback, great. We love that. And we don't necessarily need to know who it's coming from. In fact, I would argue we maybe don't want to know who it's coming from, because that might bias how we respond to it. Very simple. This will be up and available for as long as it's useful. We'll get it up on our website. We'll be blasting it out on social media. We'll be doing lots of things with that. We want to hear from you, because we're all the RMATA. This is all of our associations. It's all of our membership dues. It's all of our healthy resources. So how can all of us gain some value? And that really reaches the other 2/3 that maybe are joining us on Facebook Live right now, or maybe don't have the means to come to this meeting, or maybe choose to get their continuing ed somewhere else, and that's fantastic. You're still a member, and we want to reach you, and we want to leverage our health for all of us. A couple of other items sort of related to that is one of the ways that has helped us remain healthy and vibrant is we've got a bunch of wonderful vendors and sponsors for this event that really not only support what goes on this weekend, but also are continuing to support things going on beyond this weekend. So this is just a highlight of 4, but it's a select 4 for a specific reason. We've got 4 wonderful vendors who have donated some pretty hefty, large ticket items that hopefully everybody got a raffle ticket for when you walked in the room. I want to highlight one in particular, and we're really, really excited about this. This is a totally brand new thing for us. It's the Athletic Edge, which is that kind of the crest logo in the center of the screen right there. They've been a partner with us along with School Health for the past, 3-4 years or so. And they approached Sherry Lampin, our exhibits coordinator, 3-4 years ago maybe, and said, hey, we'd love to be a sponsor, but we know you need the money, but could we do something creative and unique instead? Can we just donate some portable treatment tables to you for the use at your ACS? And we're like, yeah, that sounds awesome. Great. Let's do it. We'll talk more about Sherry later, but she's a wheeler dealer, and I mean that in the most loving of ways. She's so creative in kind of leveraging these relationships that she's got with our sponsors. Athletic Edge and School Health approached us this weekend and said, hey, we've got an idea. What if we just give you 10 treatment tables every year? We'll just drop ship them to the location of your ACS, and then at the end of that, you do with them what you want. And we'll give you 10 more next year, and 10 more the year after that, and 10 more the year after that, as long as we're able to do it. And we're like, that sounds kind of cool. So we're going to give away 5 treatment tables, portable treatment tables, to athletic trainers in the secondary school setting that we identify as being in need. So we are going to give those away to you today. And in addition to that, we've also got another 5 tables that we're going to raffle off today. So if you're in this room right now and you've got a red ticket in your hand, you got a 1 in 5 shot, well, 1 in 5 shot at one of the tables, but a 1 in, I can't do the math, shot of taking home a portable treatment table. So I'm going to bring Sherry up. We've also got Medco, Sports Med, who's I'm going to get this wrong, diamond sponsor for us, who sponsors all of our student events, the Robert Ryan Student Symposium, the Quiz Bowl, everything student. They've signed on a multi-year deal to do that, as well as Mueller and Visic, which we just heard from, have donated some fantastic kind of large ticket prize items that we want to raffle off here. But also, we've got a ton of other vendors, and you saw them as you came in on the board when you walked in the room. They've also donated some other items. We're going to be raffling those off as well, but rather than what we normally would do, and we have all these commercial breaks, and we're reading numbers, and nobody's here, and all those kinds of things, we're just going to send out a push notification to you if you won one of those, and you're going to swing by the registration table and pick it up. So we're going to do a couple of these. I'm going to let Sherry do one right now, and then we'll do a few more, and then we'll move on to some of the fun stuff.
Alrighty. So as Jim said, I'm Sherry Lampin. I'm the exhibit coordinator for the district each year. And so for those of you who, hopefully everybody has a red raffle ticket in here, if you do not win one of the raffles in here during the business meeting, what we want you to do is write your name legibly, please, on the back of your raffle ticket and drop it either with one of us at the back door at the end of this or at the registration table directly after this meeting. We've got about 25 other smaller gifts from our exhibitors that we are gonna draw and basically stick your name on. And then we will send you a personal push notification through the app and say, please come pick it up by the end of today, okay? So instead of going through a million raffle tickets like we've done in the past, that's the way we've changed things, all right? So we've got about 8 pretty great prizes. First of all, I'd like to just thank the board, and especially Jim. I have to, throughout the year, bug them with quick questions here and there with a quick response. So thank you guys for being patient with me. Also, Tasha has been a rock star working with me with registration this year with all of the treasure stuff. So I just want to do a public thank you to you. Jim has been, he's always a rock star. And then my second in command, Jen Doherty, she is seen but not recognized very often. She's my second in command. She definitely helps me with the exhibit hall as well. And then Heather Downs, who's our convention coordinator, she's going to be my Vanna back here. So, oh, okay, good, we're adding some more. I would like to announce the 5 high schools right now in this area in New Mexico who are going to receive the 5 donated tables. Again, Athletic Edge by Pivotal Health Solutions and School Health are responsible for these 10 tables. We just found out about an hour ago that they agreed to this, so I'm like so excited that we get to give back to you guys. So that's why I seem like I'm a hot mess up here. So anyway, so the 5 schools, and if anybody is here from these high schools, we would like you to just stand and be recognized. I'll wait a minute in between. If you're wondering, holy cow, how am I going to get these tables home if you did not drive? I personally travel with a treatment table when I travel with my sports teams with the college that I work with, so they are checkable. You might have to pay an extra $50, but it's worth it for these great tables. They're worth over $600. That's how much Athletic Edge pays for them. Or if you're a local high school that's getting them, we've got plenty of New Mexico people here. We can coordinate it to get it to your school as well, okay? So the 5 high schools, secondary schools that we picked in this area are, I'm gonna screw this up. Bernalillo High School. Is anybody from here, from there? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. For the high schools, for these 5 tables, you guys can come to the registration desk and we'll get those tables to you guys, or a representative, just communicate with us and let us know, okay? So no one from that high school? All right, the second one is Rio Grande High School. Are they here? All right, the third high school is Highland High School. And the next one is West Mesa High School. And the last one is Belen High School. All right, students here. So again, if you guys have needs for athletic training tables, things like that, Athletic Edge has graciously done this. We're definitely have the privilege of doing this for this year and next year in Denver. We're hoping to continue this relationship with them for years to come. So yeah, again, I'm super excited about this. So without further ado, our first raffle item that we're gonna do is from Vizik, who just gave their presentation. Again, I just wanna say thank you to everybody who went to the exhibit hall, just real quick. Our exhibitors is one of the main money makers that we have throughout the year. And so please remember who they are. We're gonna get their logos up on our website here within the next week or two. I just wanna give a special shout out to our students. So for those students who are out here, please listen, wake up, just kidding. I had about 5 exhibitors approach me at the end of the day yesterday, along with several members, and I also noticed you students were rock stars in the exhibit hall. A lot of times I see the students just kind of wander through, seeing if they can get any free stuff, but almost all of the students I saw, you guys walked up to those exhibitors, you shook their hand, you introduced yourself, you guys were engaged, and I just wanted, you guys are awesome for doing that. Yeah, so. We even had one student, or I think a couple students who had business cards and said, hey, I hope this isn't much, but can I give you my business card? That's gonna get her a job someday. So kudos to the students. It gives me a renewed faith in our young generation of athletic trainers. So kudos to you guys. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Let's draw the first one. I'm not drawing, Jim is.
I won. Oh.
So this is for the Vizik gave a very nice little basket. They call it a health and wellness basket. I should have brought my glasses. 6397036. Anybody? All right. All right, so this is the good one. This is gonna be one of the treatment tables, okay? So you can actually, I would like you to come up. This is gonna be for the treatment table. So I think 639 is the first for everybody. 6888. You got it? You're not gonna take it? Okay, she said to pick another one, so thank you, Val. Well, we'll let her put her ticket in for one of the smaller ones. Yeah. All right, so again, one of the treatment tables, I think I just need to read the last 4, right? 7021. Yay. So just out of curiosity, what do you work in a high school, college? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Hey, I don't know how many students can say that they've got a brand new treatment table. So these treatment tables were used the last few days in a lot of our workshops and things, but essentially they're brand new. So, all right, I'll hand it back over to Jim. I'm sorry.
Okay, really quickly, along the lines with the students, I had 3 students who helped me out tremendously this week. They not only showed up to help stuff registration bags, but they also wore vannas with the microphones, and I think they're continuing to do that. So if Destiny, Danny, and Pallavi would come on up, I have a little gift for them.
All right, I know we're running a little long, and I know I'm holding lunch up at some point, but we're giving you free lunch, so indulge us for a few more minutes. We've got just a little bit longer. I know we've still got another 20 minutes, but I'm afraid 15 minutes, but we might go a little long, but we're gonna give you lunch, so deal with it. We've got our 5 state representatives, and we've tasked them with just kind of a 30-second, 30,000-foot view of kind of what's going on from the state association level. So we'll bring them up alphabetically. So we'll hear from our Arizona representative, our Colorado proxy, our New Mexico rep, our Utah rep, and then finally our Wyoming rep. So one at a time, the floor is yours, and I'll drive up here.
Ooh, it works. David Mesman, president of the Arizona Athletic Trainer Association. This is a very long slide, and I'm going to hit it in probably 30 seconds. Those of you that know, back in, well, probably over 8 years ago, we've had a legislative effort to be able to do what we're trained and educated to do in dry needling in Arizona. And in the past 3 years, we've had a very large effort from our Governmental Affairs Committee, grassroots effort, our chair, our lobbyists. They have been influential, but the members are the ones that turned out and advocated. And if I can say anything to the process that was done, it was the membership that showed up, advocated with their legislators, and all I can say is please keep it going. If you can learn anything from our state, our lobbyist, Susie Kanata, our 2 GAC chairs, Lori White and Nelson Valier, if you guys need any assistance in how to advocate, even from just you as a member to your specific representatives and senators in your state, they have been impactful and influential in accomplishing great things. We just had our bill signed by Governor Ducey, and it was a very fast bill that went through, and pretty much all of them unanimously looked at it and said, we know who athletic trainers are. Why is this even on our desk? That just goes to show the continued advocacy at the state capitol. Athletic trainers, by September 30th, our licensure board will adopt rules for that. So
That was a long 30 seconds.
As Jim said, I'm Shanae Mundy. I'm the secretary for the CATA. I am not Jim Keller. So, but a few things to point out before we get to our events we have coming up. Since we last met 3 years ago, we've been very busy in our legislation as well. In 2019, we passed House Bill 1083, which finally gave Colorado athletic trainers licensure, which was very exciting. So that was, thank you for the applause. It was really exciting, big deal for us, 50-year fight, really. But then that was so fun, we got to go through the sunset process in 2021, which was scheduled, nothing went wrong. Our lobbyist advised us to go for licensure in 2019, and she was spot on. Her name's Suzanne Hamilton, she's a rock star. And so in 2021, we not only went through sunset successfully, and we're not sunsetted, but our sunset review was extended to 10 years, which means we do not have to go through the sunset review for 10 years and get to keep our licensure and keep doing what we're doing as athletic trainers. So those were some really great wins for our state. We talked about in the state meeting, our membership was fantastic and had a lot of great support, so thank you for that. Some fun events that we have coming up. We do have our Colorado ACS coming up here in a few weeks. We are staying virtual for one more year, so we'd love to invite the rest of our RMATA colleagues and anyone else if they'd like to join. It's looking like we're gonna have 12 CEUs for $50 for certifieds and $20 for students if they'd like to attend. You can register at coloradoata.org. You'll find it right on our homepage. And we are going from April 19th. We originally were going to go for 3 weeks, but based on some feedback the other night, we've extended it to May 24th. Online, on demand, do it at your own speed. And then finally, our hopefully first annual Dove Valley Classic Car Show. We are partnering and working up at the Broncos training facility to have a great car show. It is pre-1979 vehicles can register for $25. For spectators, it's free, so if anyone wants to come to Denver over Father's Day weekend, it's June 18th. We will have some great special guests, including Tim Patrick, Garrett Bowles, Noshawn Marino, Cortland Sutton, And the Denver Broncos cheerleaders will have music, food trucks. It'll be a really, really great event with proceeds not only supporting the CATA, but also Freedom Service Dogs of America. And there'll also be silent auctions and things like that. So that's all I have.
So I think top part I won't go, it's just our current board with contact. So really, we're accessible. So anything, let us know. We did have a couple changes to the board. Tanya Watson termed out and David Maldonado was voted in as Southern Rep. Lithany will be graduating this May, so we'll be looking for a new university rep. You can see Tanya Watson went to public relations, and Justin Segata is back in New Mexico, and we're happy to have him back. He's going to be doing our secondary schools, and Michael Larry is doing our honors and awards. We also had licensure sunset review right at the start of COVID, and if that wasn't hard enough, we had other curveballs come our way. But with the help of Jason Thompson is our lobbyist, and Mike McMillan, who's here, we were able to get that renewed for 7 years. Couple dates to keep in mind. We've got our high school student athletic training challenge, April 11th here in Albuquerque. And then June 4th, we'll be having a one-day clinical symposium and golf tournament, followed by a Team Up for Sports Safety meeting. So thank you for everybody being here, coming to New Mexico. I know it's been weird, so thank you for being here. Thank you for the ACS and everything they do to put this on. So if you see them, thank them personally.
All right. My name is Marcus Homer. I'm the new, fairly new Utah president. It's been awesome getting to know the board this week. It's been new experience, and it's been great to get more involved with the RMATA. As you can see on the slide, we kind of have a newer board of directors in Utah. Of course, myself is up there. Craig Switzler, who's here, is our new vice president. Patty, who's been around forever, she's been our secretary. She's gonna term off as secretary, but we're gonna keep her around and put her on the board as a board member at large. And that was made possible because Paul Webb has asked to step away from his position, so we're gonna keep her close. And Sarah, who's also here, she's gonna be our new secretary. Krista Taylor's here, new treasurer for us. And Lisa Walker is a board member at large for us, who's kind of been our voice and our history for all of us new people on the board. So thanks for all of you being here. The past year legislatively was pretty quiet, which was okay. This summer we're gonna meet as a board and with a lot of new committee chair members that we have. So a lot of our committee chair members that are new are here, and we thank them, and things are kind of starting anew in a lot of different ways, and so we're gonna be setting some new goals and move things along in Utah. And then hopefully by December we will have another in-person UATA annual meeting, which we were able to have this last December, which was really awesome, right? I guess we were kind of in COVID in Utah, kind of not, I don't know. We were able to do it in person, so it was awesome. But anyway, thanks for all of you that came, and reach out to me or any of us if you need anything. Thanks.
I'm Zach Alvarez. I'm the representative for Wyoming. I just became president for Jenna Walker. We had a big legislative deal for us. We were able to expand our Practice Act in 2021. So that really helped us out so we can go into the industrial setting and give that, if you guys don't know a lot about Wyoming, a lot of coal mines and oil field stuff. So we're starting to work our way into that, and also the tactical athlete. In July 8th and 9th, we're having our annual meeting in Cody, Wyoming. If you know that area, that's right outside of Yellowstone. So if you guys want to come up, you can make a family vacation out of it. On the 4th of July, they have the big Cody Stampede. It's a big rodeo. If not, they have like a rodeo every single night of the summer there. So it is a huge deal. But what we would recommend is if you're gonna think about it, I would start looking for a motel now or not, or start looking at Airbnbs, because it's kind of a tourist trapped in that area in the summer, since Yellowstone is right there in Jackson and that stuff. So we'd love to have you guys up there, and it'd be about 10 to 12 CEUs. We need a couple more speakers, so if anybody wants to do that as well, we'll take you gladly.
And obviously you saw contact information for all the state reps. If you have questions for them, please reach out. Let's give some more stuff away. Sherry, Vanna.
Alrighty, so the first one I'm gonna give away this time is a fanny pack. It's a pretty Mac Daddy fanny pack. It's a Kramer fanny pack, but it was donated by Medco, and who is one of our diamond sponsors. And this number, 639, I think is the first on everybody's. 6918. Anybody? Lisa's walking up here, but, oh yay, awesome. Another student, look at the students getting stuff. Oh, you got an extra one. Got another one. All right. So these next two are gonna be for 2 of the treatment tables. Six, 913. Yeah? Another student, all right. All righty, so one more table this round. 6922. Is that another student? All right, we're 3 for 3 with students.
I think it's awesome that our students are taking home some prizes, but the rest of us are kind of getting hosed on this whole deal. I don't know. Who's drawing these numbers? Anyway, we're running close to the end of our allotted time, but we still got quite a bit to cover. So I just want to let Michelle know that the faster you go, the sooner we get to lunch, no pressure. And I think people are much more likely to be generous with the foundation if we can eat sooner, because otherwise we're going to get hangry. So.
Don't worry, I just had to bring up my due date notes on this. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for those of you who are already NATA Foundation donors. Part of it is, there's a lot of information here, and yes, I'm gonna go rapid fire because obviously we all work in a field where we're dealing with coaches who all have ADD, and so we need to get the information out fast and quick or they just glosses over them. So a little bit about the NATA Foundation. We champion research, support education, enhance knowledge to optimize the clinical experience and outcomes within the diverse patient population served by the athletic training profession. What does that mean? That means the foundation is based on trying to provide the most pertinent research, pertinent education available for not only pushing students, pushing researchers, but providing the athletic trainers and the athletic training profession with the most up-to-date information. Probably the most important pieces here, we want to ensure practical research and education programs that benefit everyone, okay, so personally and professionally. And we want you all to have the tools necessary to provide the best patient care. Now, there's a lot of different pieces of this, and we're going to kind of gloss over some of these, but these are the different components of the NATA Foundation. The one thing I will say is that as a stupid entry-level certified, and I was dumb, I didn't know a lot about the foundation. I thought it was just a scholarship program, so your money was just going to fund student scholarships. What this kind of shows you is there's a lot of different components, and all of us are touched in one way or another by the foundation and its activities. So the big piece, the scholarships. The foundation gave out 66 scholarships this year. The Gary Delforge Scholarship is one that District 7 funds for the foundation. There were 222 applicants. So the odds of someone earning a scholarship are very, very good. And it's just a matter of you need to apply, you need to take the steps and do the application process. So, because we did not meet as a group over the last couple of years, I just wanted to quickly acknowledge those recipients from 2021. And our most recent recipients, they were just announced about a week ago. So congratulations to these individuals. Utah, you did really well. State of Utah, you did really well. But like I said, the foundation is so much more than scholarships, okay? And research is one of the big key factors within the foundation. This just gives you a little bit of information. The due dates I have, if you are a professional and you're interested in funding for a research grant, the pre-proposals are due in August for the 2023 cycle. If you are a master's or a doctoral student who's interested in research, your grant applications are due every year on February 15th. So within our district, I want to acknowledge Sarah Nottingham, who is a grant recipient. And I also want to acknowledge Sunguk Hong for his research, and he was a grant recipient as well. The NATA Foundation sponsors the Free Communications Program at the national meeting. And from District 7, our most recent participants include Alicia Lacey and Tamara McLeod. The abstracts, for those of you interested in free communications, they are submitted annually by November 1st. Criteria and instructions can be found on the foundation webpage. You do not need to be a student, you do not need to be a researcher. If you've got an opportunity, a research, an idea, a case study that you want to bring forward, anyone can apply and participate. The student writing contest, again, we're swinging back towards the students again. We had 14 applicants this year for 3 different submissions. These are easy to win, folks. You just need to participate. The due date for the student writing contest annually is February 1st. And again, acknowledging a District 7 Student Writing Award recipient from 2021. So all students who are eligible to apply for the scholarships, you are also eligible for the student writing contest. The foundation also sponsors a faculty mentor program. So it puts young professionals just getting into the profession, educators, with a mentor who has had some experience, has been around the block once or twice. And this allows kind of that mentorship component that I know a lot of younger not entry level, but younger athletic trainers, the opportunity to have someone to bounce ideas off of. And in the last couple of years, our participants have included Valerie Herzog, Bart Anderson, and the co-chair for the program is Sarah Nottingham. Applications are due annually on March 15th for the years, and the pairs are usually decided by May. And they are mentors, sage individuals, as David Gallegos used to say. They are always looking for mentors to help out the younger ones. Now, researchers who provide their product or provide their content, you can also participate in what's called the lecture exchange program. So you can see the different organizations, the groups, that you can go speak at another professional healthcare organization. So researchers have the opportunity to present their findings, their work, to others, and then that helps share the information, and it, again, reinforces the fact that athletic trainers are healthcare providers. David Gallegos talked a little bit about the Strategic Alliance earlier this morning, and that kind of rolls into the AT Research Agenda. And the AT Research Agenda is there to identify research priorities and to unify research with the clinical practice. So the goals of the AT research agenda basically are improving your patient care and advancing the professions, again, which touches all of us. Now, here's the biggie, position statements. The foundation is the research tool of the NATA. That's the component. And so the foundation helps find the researchers, helps fund the researchers, helps collect the data, helps with the process of putting out these position statements. And just since 2012, there's been 16 position statements. One just came out in February talking about reducing head injury contact. I know a lot of the students knew exactly what I was talking about when I spoke to the students, so I hope you SAGE certifieds also have been familiar with that. In addition, the foundation provides different types of infographics that are available for your use. And they're doing educational webinars. As the research comes out, they're providing those resources, those sessions, so you can listen to the experts talk about it. Now, my question to you, all of you in this room, please stand if you have ever read a position statement, if you've utilized a position statement within your practice, if you've taken a position statement to maybe your administrators or to your coaches, in improving your practice. So please stand if you've done that before. Okay, it looks like a lot of you have participated in some foundation activities. So the foundation does not exist in a vacuum. The foundation obviously needs funding for all those things to happen. And there's different ways to fund the foundation programs. Now, the big one is the Circle of Champions. And this is actually set up so you have the opportunity, if you want to donate, and that big lump sum check is just too much for you to do, you can donate in small increments every month. So you just set up your account, and they take a little bit of money out every month. In District 7, before yesterday, because I know we had 3 new additions, these were our Circle of Champions members. And for the 3 that joined yesterday, I thank you on behalf of the foundation. You're forward thinking, and again, that little tidbit probably goes over much better than that big lump sum check. So for example, my sales pitch to you, I've got a kid in college, and I know how much the college tuition counts, or what it hits me with. What his, room and board and all the other fees that I have to pay. I know how much that hits me. So even at $5 a month, and then you get your little service charge, that's $61.44 per year. And you can support the foundation, $5 a month, okay? We all know about how far $5 goes. But there is no amount that is too big or too small to participate, but it's a way to take just a little chunk, and if you want to donate $1, donate $1. If you want to donate more, donate more. But those opportunities are available for you to support the foundation and the great things it does. The other thing is, in Philadelphia, those of you who are going to the national meeting, we are doing a Philadelphia Freedom event. We are at a piano bar, okay? If you've ever been to a piano bar, they're a lot of fun. And so tickets are being sold for the event June 30th in Philadelphia at Howl at the Moon. Just to give you a heads up, as of today, there were 52 tickets left. So if you are interested, you're going to Philly and you're interested in participating, please get your tickets sooner rather than later. And for those who are commitment phobic and you want to do just a check, I don't care if it's a $1 check, if it's a $5 donation, a $50 donation, a $100 donation. If you want to do a one-time donation, those are some options for how to do it. Due to time constraints, I'm around for the rest of the afternoon and tomorrow morning. If you've got questions or concerns in regards to the foundation, want to know a little bit about it, want to know a little bit about the finances, please find me, please talk to me. I will do the best that I can to answer your questions. Thank you very much for the time.
The distinguished Mr. Peterson. That's a generous offer. Hey, Bart, I'm throwing 20 in too. So now we just need 20 more dollars to get you to the Circle of Champions. Oh, we got $80 committed. We got $100 committed. Man, I feel like an auctioneer here. 120. Do I hear 120? All right, so Michelle, we got to find a Circle of Champions winner. We'll sort that out. I also want to let everybody know, Michelle brought up the Philadelphia Freedom event. For those of you that are coming to Philadelphia for the NATA meeting, as a board, one of the things that we acted on this past weekend in our annual board meeting is we decided to be one of 2 food and beverage sponsors at that event. And that event comes with 5 free tickets to that event. And as a board, we felt it's not appropriate for us to use those 5 tickets because it's not our dues money solely, it's all of our dues money. So we are going to be giving away all 5 of those seats to that Philadelphia Freedom event through a social media contest. So stay tuned for details on that. We're still working out on the logistics of all that, but our fabulous public relations crew is going to be working on that, so stay tuned to that. I know we're getting dangerously close to hangry, so I'll move very, very quickly. Mark Laton is here on behalf of the PAC. He's going to take just a hot minute to talk about the PAC, kind of our other strategic partner.
Good morning, everybody, and I know lunch is out there, so I appreciate the opportunity. I want to introduce myself. I'm the incoming chair for NATAPAC. It's the first time that the RMATA has a national chair in this position. I want to keep it that way. I need your participation, but more importantly, I need your education about the PAC. It's a valuable service that your membership to the NATA offers you, and it has all to do with federal legislation in regards to athletic training practices. I want to thank everybody coming to the coffee this morning. It was a great event. I enjoyed myself, got to meet some new friends. And ultimately, I'm going to cut it short here with the fact that come May in the NATA News, we're going to print NATAPAC 101. I urge you to become educated about the PAC. It's a little known secret in the NATA, it's 17 years old, but it needs to be noticed. You need to advocate for the PAC because without the PAC, we wouldn't be sitting here as athletic trainers. We're going to take a different approach than the foundation. Our Hit the Hill Day is taking a pause again this year, and our NATAPAC breakfast, which kicks off every convention and symposium, is also going to take a pause. But I'll see you in 2023 in Indianapolis. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the meeting, we love our ACS crew. They work really, really hard. So I want to just publicly acknowledge each and every one of them. So you've already seen and heard from Heather Downs, who's affectionately referred to as our ACS mom. She's wonderfully assisted by Jason McWilliams and Rory Eyring. Our AV team consists of Brad Nelson and Heather's quote-unquote son, Mitch Barnhart. That's an inside joke. You've heard from Sherry and heard from Sherry about Jen Doherty, and then finally our fabulous registration coordinator, Patty Farringer. We've given all of them some really cool swag. So it's this new RMATA Passion t-shirt. And they're going to be wearing these tomorrow. We're also going to be raffling a few of these off as some of the smaller items that you might get a push notification for. If you're interested in getting one of these, we're exploring launching a swag store. And so we want to kind of start to push the RMATA Passion message out. So be on the lookout for some of these kinds of things. I do want to bring Heather Downs up here real quick because Heather has a special item that was created. The idea was generated by her team and was executed on, so we've got just a quick little thing, so if you'll indulge us real quickly.
Thank you.
You gotta open it.
Oh, I have to open it?
Yeah.
It's not April Fool's anymore.
No, it's
Okay.
April 2nd.
Shenanigans coordinator.
So this ACS crew has a lot of fun, and this woman right here runs the show with a smile on her face constantly. I count her a dear friend, so please join me in thanking Heather and her crew. Now, a subcommittee underneath that crew is our programming subcommittee, and they do so much work, and to be called a subcommittee is really essentially a disservice, but we had some relatively quick turnover in that committee, and Alyssa Cohen jumped in and did yeoman's work in a short period of time. I think Alyssa came on board December, January, with literally a blank slate and has put together everything that you've experienced from an educational content session this weekend. So big thanks to Alyssa, her team of Kenny Lamb, Dice Shibata, and Sam Riordan. So thank you to you guys. So Michelle mentioned a few of our scholarship winners, so we're going to move quickly through that. But on the applause, congratulations, celebration kinds of things, we didn't get a chance to really publicly, in person, acknowledge our 2020 award recipients. So Lisa Walker was awarded the RMATA Synergy Award in 2020. Dr. Jason Lucas from here in New Mexico was awarded the RMATA President's Award. Krista Prusek was awarded the RMATA Educator Recognition Award. And Dr. Susan McGowan was awarded the RMATA Distinguished Educator Award. Now, tonight, we're going to have our honors and awards banquet that we have every year at this event. And so we're going to be able to award, as soon as the clicker works, the RMATA President's Award will be awarded posthumously to Mary Tucker. The RMATA Educator Recognition Award will be awarded to Dr. Sarah Nottingham. RMATA Special Recognition Award will be awarded to Patty Farringer. So we really look forward to celebrating those individuals tonight. And since we've last gathered 3 years ago, we've had two of ours in RMATA/District 7 that have been selected to be inducted into the NATA Hall of Fame. One of them was just up here on the stage, and the other one just waved a $20 bill around, which is fitting. So Mark Latond and Bart Peterson will be inducted into the NATA Hall of Fame this June. So we'd like the two of them to stand and be acknowledged. And in addition, if you're in the NATA Hall of Fame and in the room, would you please stand in and we can acknowledge you too, because that's a big frickin' deal. Anybody? Oh, that's sad. And then additionally, since we've last been together, we inducted one of our own into the RMATA Hall of Fame. And if you know the RMATA Hall of Fame, this person's name is literally synonymous with the Hall of Fame. Ron Muir, are you in the room? If you don't know Ron Muir, and it's kind of fitting that he's not in the room, he's been a behind-the-scenes guy like you would not believe. Ron was the champion for the RMATA Hall of Fame for years and years and years and years, and it crushes me that we didn't get a chance to publicly, in person, induct him into the Hall of Fame. So we want to really acknowledge Ron and all the work that he did and get a chance to celebrate him. But if you are in the room and you are an RMATA Hall of Fame member, would you please stand so we could recognize you as well? And then on the celebration kind of thing, kind of fitting that we're in the state of New Mexico, and New Mexico State University literally swept the top 3 positions in the Student Quiz Bowl on Thursday night. The winning team consisted of Adrian Estrada, Rebecca Hildebrand, and Jason Lauder. If you guys are in the room, and I told you to be here, so I hope you're still here, please stand up and be recognized. Yeah, we're going to embarrass you. So they'll be going to Philadelphia to represent RMATA/District 7 at the National Quiz Bowl. So if you're there, come check that event out. Come cheer them on. We're going to bring that big trophy home. The last item we've got is just a real quick but very, very important business item. So I'm going to bring Justin Sagata up. Justin serves as our elections committee chair. We've got a call open for the District 7 director position. David Gallegos is starting his final term this June, and so we need to elect his successor.
So I won't take very long. So we are in an election cycle year for our District 7 director of the NATA. That nomination process opened up 30 days ago today, and email nominations closed last night at midnight, but we do have a time on the floor right now to where we can nominate. If there's somebody that you would like to nominate for the position of district director, nominations will close at the end of this business meeting. And then those that are nominated do have 10 days to accept or decline. So I'll open it up for nominations at this time. Okay, David?
I would like to nominate yourself, and I would like to nominate Adam Helper.
Okay. Any other nominations? All right, nominations are closed.
Fantastic. Thank you, Justin. So Justin will be reaching out via email with the ballot once the nominees get the opportunity to accept or decline their nominations. He'll put together their platform statements, and we'll be reaching out via email. And Valerie will be spamming you again with another election notice, so be on the lookout for that. Last chance for Sherry and Vanna to come up and give some stuff away, and then I promise we'll get you some lunch, but we'll pay for it.
Okay, again, this is the last chance for the drawing in here. If you did not win, legibly, please write your name on the back of your ticket. We're gonna have a box that says tickets sitting on the registration table. So immediately after this meeting, please go put your ticket in there. And then if you did get chose for another prize, we will send you a push notification. So this first prize is from Mueller Sports Medicine, one of our longtime sponsors, and it is an athletic training travel bag. Let's see here, 6920. Another student.
Can you use my left hand?
Again, these are the last two tables that have been donated by Athletic Edge and School Health. So again, please do consider purchasing from these companies. 7073. And that's for one of the tables. Another student, holy cow. Oh, look at her face, she's so excited. All right, so here's the last one. No offense to the students, but let's get a certified in here. Sorry, that was rude, probably. 7065. All right. Is that Lori? That's Lori. Oh, that was Glenn. Where does he work? Oh, okay. And Glenn from NAU, so a university is going to get this one. Awesome. All right. So with all of these tables, for those of you who have won them in the high schools that they're being donated to, please do display them, use them on your sidelines, anything like that. Please don't just put them in a storage closet. Please do use them and give some love to School Health and Athletic Edge. Thank you guys for supporting the exhibitors.
All right, couple of quick announcement items. Please don't bust the doors down for lunch yet. Just a reminder that the 2022 semi-annual membership meeting will take place on the Thursday, June the 30th in Philadelphia. We'll reach out with a specific location as soon as the NATA lets us know what that is. We will be back in person again March 23rd through 26th at the Hilton Denver City Center. It's literally right downtown, right by the convention center, right by the Big Blue Bear, if you're familiar with downtown Denver at all. A little bit earlier in the calendar than it traditionally is. That just was kind of based on some dates of availability, but we will be in Denver next year. Before I entertain any items for the good of the order and a motion to adjourn, I do want to announce, I know we went a little bit long. The Stop the Bleed workshop that was scheduled to begin at 1 o'clock, we're going to delay that to 1:15 so you don't literally have to inhale your lunch. Are there any items for the good of the order? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Thank you so much. There are boxed lunches for everybody out in the lobby area. We will see you all March 23rd through 26th next year, if not in Philly.